Hey, what's up, everybody? Internet friends around the globe, specifically, mostly, pretty much only United States and Australia. We are live. Welcome to UFO Twitter News Nightly. I am your host, TeeJay Felony. This is episode 2. It is March 16th, and the war in Iran rages on. We're gonna open up the show, talk a little bit about that. Got a few things going on. Hopefully, we get a couple people trickling in on. Got a few things going on UFO Twitter. Nothing major. Gonna go over a few X accounts that seem to be getting some attention lately. Got um, specifically. Riot Bledsoe. He's been kind of cracking me up lately. So we're going to check out his account. We're going to check out the King Milk Fart Crybaby archive and see how that's been going. That's Red Panda Koala's little side project. And I'm also going to do a little deep dive on the UFOlogy SWAT YouTube account. There's several short videos that I came across that I want to go ahead and show and get out on the record for everybody. And yeah, first off the bat, my friend Gabe was back up hosting spaces just earlier. We just got finished up a Twitter space recent about I don't know, he just finished seriously about half an hour ago. It was a really good space. A lot of people came through, so I'm really glad to see Gabe back. And if you get a chance, go over on his account, check out that space. It was actually a really good space. We talked about a lot of good stuff. No arguing, no drama. We don't really do that shit in our spaces, but a lot of people were involved. Gene came in and talked. Swan was in there. So it's Gabe underscore the Babe, I think. Gabe the Babe. You'd be able to find it. I don't do the edit anymore because these are live, so I can't really put up the little graphics with everything, which is kind of a bummer. I've been thinking about a way to be able to do that where I can record maybe the live stream and then edit it, because either way YouTube takes sometimes 12 hours to upload it and get it up whenever you do a live project like this. So I feel like there's a window there where if I could find out how I could go in and edit the upload and have whatever goes up on YouTube after it finishes uploading would be the version with images and uh, remarks and emotes and all that stuff. That was what I was hoping to do, but I'm gonna have to look into it, ask Rock, figure it out a little bit. First thing I want to talk about, we ain't got nobody coming in yet, but that's all right. There might be some people stopping in later. There might be some spaces going. I imagine the Tupa crew probably started a space right as I went because that seems to be a tactic they use. But that's fine. These are just to get out on the record, and there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. So we'll get going here. I'm going to jump over into the lab right now, and we're going to go ahead and first talk about the global events going on right now. And yeah, let's pop over here. Uh, so, this war in Iran continues to escalate. The Strait of Hormuz continues to be basically shut down. What seems to be happening is Iran is giving friendly nations a pass to get through, and anyone that is friendly or a ally of the United States is getting hit or in danger of getting hit. Which at that point, I think you just don't send the ships. If it's at a certain percentage where like you're probably gonna get hit, you probably most likely just don't send the ships. And one of the tactics these assholes in the Trump regime that waged this illegal war of, the operation, Epic Fury, Epstein cover up extraordinaire, whatever they're calling it, um, they seem to be angry when media and other news sources are giving accurate information about what's actually going on in the war. And it's a war. It's not a military operation. It's hilarious that they would use that tactic of calling it a military operation right after, Russia invades Ukraine and does the same thing. It's not a war. It's a military operation. It's becoming like the tyrant, one of the tyrant go-tos, to call it a military operation. So it's funny they did that from the get-go. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this right here, and this is how our Secretary of War. It used to be called the Secretary of Defense, but this job. This is how he is reacting to the war in Iran and the escalation. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how uh, our leaders seem to be reacting to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you how the Iranians are reacting to it. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to jump over on YouTube. I want to get the chat up and going, so I forgot to do that here. Let's see. Three dots. Pop out chat. We got the pop out chat. And then you copy this. It's a little awkward that you have to do this while because it creates a separate URL once you create it. So you can't really do it until you start the stream, which is interesting because that basically means there's no other way around it than to do this little awkward dance while you're live, because it doesn't give you a new um, thing. Here, let me see if I got it here. Well, that didn't do it. Oh, refresh. Oh, give me 1 second, y'all. I want to try to get my chat up and going in case get some people in here watching live. All right, let's try this again. We popped out. Where is my pop out chat? I shrunk it right here. Let me copy this. Oh, I didn't get it all copied. Okay. Control C. Pop over to OBS. Actually, let me see. Properties. That should do it. What's up, Nova? Yeah, we're good. There we go. Right as Nova showed up. Get that up in there. Clunky. Dude, this is an awkward process. This is the only way I found to be able to do it. Is you have to do it while you're live because it updates your URL after you go live. So you can't do it until you start the stream, which is just awkward, but all right, we're gonna get ready to play this nonsense by Hegseth. If I didn't just mess it up, give me 1 second here. Nope, we're good. We're gonna pull this up, and you're gonna see this striking contrast between our leaders and how they are reacting to this conflict, and how Iranians leaders are acting. And I got a few images here that I'm going to show you. But first off, let's go ahead and play this with Hegseth here. This is on my X account, at Felony Talk on X.
How many stories have been written about because you, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps.
They seem to be blaming all of their issues on the media. And they're actually threatening the media with, like basically we'll shut you down if you cover this war the way accurately. And one of the things Trump has been saying is that these news sources are playing AI videos of the ships getting hit. That it's all fake news. There is no real danger in the Strait of Hormuz. That's what this dumb fuck is trying to tell everybody.
Because you cheer against Trump so hard. It's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump. Because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes. You have to hope maybe they weren't effective. Maybe the way the Trump administration has represented them isn't true. So let's take half-truths, spun information, leak.
Look at that man's face and tell me he doesn't look like a freaking demon spawn. I wanted to say really quick, there was something. These MAGAs, Hegseth, I mean pretty much all of them, they just seem to totally miss the point on everything, okay? And no liberals that I've encountered anywhere are saying that our US military isn't powerful. Where nobody is saying that the United States military, if fully unleashed, can't level cities. Like, these guys are trying to say that, like, we don't like our military. They're trying to portray this image that the left and the liberals are against the United States military. We are fully aware that the United States military could obliterate Iran if you psychopaths unleash it on these cities. We get that. Nobody's doubting that. What we're saying is you idiots shouldn't go and obliterate Iran. Like they seem to make everything something it's not. Like we're doubting our military personnel. We have full faith and support for our military personnel. What we condemn is you guys and what you're using them to do to cover up what I think. I mean, that's why it's called the Epstein War. But no liberals that I've encountered anywhere have any issue with the United States military. Whether they're eating lobsters and steak, that's a yearly tradition that all presidents partake in. No liberals have problems with the military getting lobsters and steak. Like, they always twist it into something it's not.
Leaked information and then spin it in every way we can to try to cause doubt and manipulate the public mind over whether or not our brave pilots were successful. How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, I don't know, fly a plane for 36 hours? Has MSNBC done that story? Has Fox? Have we done the story how hard that is? Have we done it 2 or 3 times?
Wait, you want a story about how hard it is to fly a jet for 36 hours? Like, dude, what are you talking about? For one, the war is raging now. You don't start making documentaries until after. Like, this is happening hour to hour. What the hell is this guy even talking about?
So that American people understand, how about how difficult it is to shoot a drone from an F-15 or 16 or F-22 or F-35? Or what it's like to man a...
Does this dumb shit know anything about shooting drones down? Does our commander-in-chief, who dodged the draft 4 separate times during wartime, does he know anything about flying bomber jets? Fuck off, man.
Patriot battery. or how hard it is to refuel midair, giving the American people an understanding of how complex and sophisticated this mission really was. There are so many aspects of what our brave men and women did that...
Okay, that's important that he mentioned the fueler jets. The recent death of American personnel was a fueler jet accident, and I'm gonna show you later what happened when Trump was asked about his thoughts on the accident. They're calling it an accident, and if it was a fueler jet, that actually does make sense because it's dangerous every time they perform that procedure. And parents of one of the crew members is speaking out and saying they shouldn't have been there in the first place. That's what liberals are saying. We have zero doubt in the capabilities of our military. The point is, nobody asked you, idiots, to use them in this manner. Nobody asked you, idiots, to start bombing Iran. Like, you just took it upon yourselves to start killing leaders of other countries. All of these should have been a process of the United States government, Senate, Congress. These guys are just waging war across the planet, and they're putting our military personnel in the middle and using them as political tools. It's just next level despicable, bro. Like,
because of the hatred of this press corps, are undermined because people are trying to leak and spin that it wasn't successful. It's irresponsible.
Leak and spin that it wasn't successful. Okay, let's see how Iran is reacting to what's going on. According to Trump and Hegseth and these other MAGAs, the Iranian military is completely obliterated and ready to surrender. They're begging to negotiate, according to those idiots. Let's see. First off, notice how calm and intelligent and under control this man is. He says we have passed the peak and we are heading downhill. What the Iranians have made very clear is what their strategy is to push oil prices to $200 a barrel, which will force Donald Trump and the regime to negotiate. And it seems to be working. This is what media sources are reporting that they just can't stand. He said, you saw what just happened last night in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv was heavily struck by missiles last night. The Iron Dome defense system, it seems to be running low on ammunition, and they're having to gauge how long is this going to go on? Do we reserve ammunition? Which already means they're low. If they're already holding back and letting missiles come through, it's already a problem. But according to the Trump regime, we have unlimited ammunition. So why is Tel Aviv letting rockets come through when they could shoot them down, but they're having to salvage and try to predict, well, we can knock out maybe 50% of them tonight, but tomorrow night we're going to have to really let them come through. These are decisions they're having to make, which shows you who is in control of this conflict.
در تل چی شده؟ بله. یعنی ما چون رادارها رو زدیم زیر
Okay, look at this. This is important. We hit the radars and the infrastructure today. Truly, Mr. Trump and Netanyahu are trapped in a slaughterhouse in the Persian Gulf. That comment gave me chills. And I'm not trying to push Iranian propaganda or anything, but these guys got us right where they want us. I don't understand, like, how the Trump regime is able to hide that fact from the entire nation, a massive country. I think the media isn't doing enough, if you ask me, to show what's really going on.
امروز واقعا آقای ترامپ و نتانیاهو در یک قتلگاهی در خلیج فارس گرفتار شدن و روزها و هفته‌های آینده
Is that in the coming days and weeks, much more joyful news will be delivered to the dear nation of Iran. Coming weeks. So obviously they're planning that this is sustainable for them. He's saying in the coming weeks. Now, yes, they are getting barraged. The United States military is the strongest military on the planet. You know, our Air Force is second to none. But they're not anywhere near defeat. They've been preparing for this for damn near, 60, 70 years now. They probably got tunnels like the Hezbollah did.
خبرهای بسیار خوشحالتری خدمت ملت عزیز ایران داده خواهد شد. ببینید اشتباه
Look, the big mistake they made was that they came and designed a short-term war. Remember I mentioned in one of my videos a while back, there was a video from a Iranian general. It came out, TMZ actually ended up with it. Midas Touch played it. And it was an Iranian general claiming that the Trump regime was trying to contact them in backdoor manners and ask if they could just hit a few buildings and then call it a victory. So these guys know they're not prepared for a long-term war. They don't want a long-term war. The American people won't support a long-term war. That gives the Iranian military the advantage. All they have to do is hold out. And once that gas starts rising, and all these other Arab nations around Iran are coming to them and trying to make deals so they can get through the Strait of Hormuz. Also, all these little countries like Emerald, what is it, the Arab Emerald, whatever, EAU or whatever the fuck they call, all those little countries that agreed to build Trump Towers when he first took office, that was in return for protection. And they're not being protected. Iran is raining hell on them. Abu Dhabi, the tourists, trade has completely dropped off. Nobody's going to Abu Dhabi. These nations are pissed. They're not happy, and they're turning to Iran and China for help, and Russia.
این بود که اینا اومدن یه جنگ کوتاه مدت رو طراحی کردن ولی
He's saying right there, this might turn it into a long-term one.
متوجه نشدن ممکنه این دراز مدت بشه. حتی بزرگترین قدرت‌های بین‌الملل اگر در طراحی اولیه‌شون یه جنگ کوتاه مدت طراحی بکنن ولی در وسط راه تبدیل به
Even the greatest international powers, if they initially plan for a short-term war and halfway through it becomes a long-term war, however power they have, they will be defeated. Why?
جنگ دراز مدت باشن هر اندازه قدرت داشته باشن شکست می‌خورن. چرا؟
Because short-term wars have a specific design. They require limited logistics, limited preparation. A long-term war requires abundant logistics, extensive planning. They have to anticipate. And that's what I mean when I said they've been preparing for this for over 50 years. They're ready for the long-term war. I mean, another problem with all this shit is they've been over there chanting death to America, okay, for decades now. Does this justify those chants? Look what we just did. We bombed them, unprovoked bombing. We blamed it on nuclear weapons. Months after we claimed we blew up all their nuclear facilities. None of it made sense. We blew up a girls' school, killed 150 little girls. We're bombing these islands, and Trump is saying we might hit them just for fun. Like, do these people have a good reason to hate us as Americans, especially now?
پیامدهای زیادی رو باید ببینن. اینا فکر می‌کردن در 48 ساعت کار جمهوری اسلامی تمام
First they brought one aircraft carrier, then recently they said, for precaution, let's take another ship too. They thought the Islamic Republic would be finished in 48 hours.
اول یک ناو هواپیما بر آورده بودن بعد این اواخر گفتن
But now they are saying we must bring whatever ships we have from anywhere in the world so maybe we can handle this. I don't know if y'all are aware today, but I'm not going to say we because I don't want no part of this. The Trump regime was reaching out to these European nations now, asking for help to lock down the Strait of Hormuz. And nobody wants to help us. They just don't. What's up, Rotary?
احتیاط ما یک ناو دیگه هم ببریم. ولی الان میگن ما هر چه ناو داریم از
I think that's what he's referencing when he says, and now they're saying we got to bring ships from anywhere. We were pretty much begging all the dude. They asked China for help. Like China's gonna fucking help.
هر جای عالم هست باید بیاریم تا بلکه بتونیم از عهده این کار بر بیاد. خود همین ناو فورد که الان اومده سمت مدیترانه.
Take the USS Ford that has now come towards the Mediterranean. It is currently their time for leave. They're look, dude, they know everything, bro. He knows that ship is supposed to be on leave.
They
got 5,000 to 6,000 personnel saying we were supposed to go on leave. They were told you will go for 48 hours and come back. So what he's saying is your morale is shit. Your military morale is dog shit right now. They had that submarine out there that was stranded where people were getting sick and yeah.
بعد این ناوها معمولا هر 6 ماه یه بار با تعمیرات بشن. باید بار مهمات بهشون اضافه بشه و خیلی کارها باید صورت بگیره. اینا 48 ساعته اومدن. حالا اگه بخوان دراز مدت بمونن از خستگی نیروها گرفته، کمبود مهمات گرفته، مشکلات دیگری بارشون میشه. ثانیاً اینا فکر نمی‌کردن جنگ دراز.
All right, so yeah, just to show a contrast of how our leaders. Am I no, you can say that. What's up, Broken Hip? I don't care what you say, bro. All right, here there was one last political stupid ass thing I wanted to show here. Okay. I think we're gonna have to probably open. Nope, I can open it on
the
this.
families of soldiers returning to the United States.
This is Midas Touch News on YouTube. This is fair use. I'm informing the public about the conflict in Iran.
American flag-draped coffins are now calling out Donald Trump for this God-forsaken, hellish, unlawful war that Donald Trump has unleashed in Iran. The human toll of Donald Trump's criminality is being felt here in the United States, and our hearts at the Midas Touch Network go out to the families of each and every service member who has passed in this horrific war.
I don't know, Nova, I don't know why it deleted that message, bro. It happens to Rotary sometimes. I always just assume you guys said something wild.
And for all those family members worried about their loved ones right now, and I know there are so many of you who watch the Midas Touch Network, I want you all to know we're thinking about you right now. And so we're starting to see families here in the United States calling out Donald Trump and his regime for this unlawful war in Iran that has taken the lives of their loved ones. I want to give you one such example of that. How a family of a fallen airman is calling out Donald Trump for this uncalled for war. So Tech Sergeant Tyler Simmons was a 28-year-old airman in the Ohio Air National Guard. He was assigned to the 121st Air Refueling Wing.
He was on one of the refueler planes that went down
In Rickenbacker Air National Guard Base, Columbus, Ohio. He served as a boom operator. His special skill enabled him to reach one of the highest levels of being a boom operator for that KC-135 Stratotanker. That's the military aerial refueling aircraft. As you recall, on March 12, 2026, the KC-135 was involved in a crash. According to the Trump regime,
said Western Iraq.
They lie about everything, but their story is that there was neither friendly fire nor was there hostile fire.
I don't believe
but that. There was an incident in the air.
But that is a dangerous process.
KC-135s involved in a maneuver that led to one.
So what I wanted to show you guys was when Trump was asked about it.
Because of Donald Trump and his despicable regime. Watch what they said. Let's play this clip.
Simmons's family is making a plea, calling on the United States to stop the war with Iran.
This could have been prevented. We didn't need to be in this war. You know, this is uncalled for. And this is what we get.
Families are suffering right now. Not only our family, but there are other families that's lost loved ones. And just to create a war because you want to create a war, it's not right. It is not right.
More from Tyler Simmons' family as well. I'm going to give you some more background on Tyler.
Okay, now Trump was cornered on Air Force One and asked about it, and we'll go ahead and show how he
State
responded.
Representative Latanya Humphrey also wrote on Facebook, Tyler Simmons was one of us, a son of Columbus, a graduate of Eastmoor Academy. And again, our heart goes out to his family. Now, I want to share with you what Donald Trump said aboard Air Force One last night when he was asked if he had a comment on the 6 service members who died last week, one of them being Simmons. Donald Trump refused to take the question and started attacking the reporter for asking him the question. Just so utterly despicable. Here, play this clip.
Military strategy. We're talking about, I mean, who would answer a question like that?
Do you have a comment on the 6 service members from last week?
Who else?
What do you want to see that deal? Because earlier
he skipped over. He just skipped over. Dude, wouldn't you want to make a comment? Like, and then he yelled at her for being part of ABC News.
Next, Donald Trump aboard Air Force One was asked about his political action committee was sending out fundraiser emails using Donald Trump at a dignified transfer for another group of soldiers who were killed in his unlawful war in Iran.
So I talked about this. Donald Trump has, it's one of those old people fundraisers where he sends them out to like people like my grandparents that don't really know any better sometimes. And it was fundraising with photos of him with the big stupid Made in China MAGA hat, and he was standing over the coffins of these young soldiers coming back, and it's a fundraiser directly to him. It doesn't go to the United States military. And that's what, and I'm going to break down his comments here.
And then Donald Trump is asked, do you think it's appropriate that you're fundraising off of photos of you wearing campaign hats at the dignified transfer in Dover, Delaware, when our soldiers are returning in American flag draped caskets? You're raising money off that image as you're wearing campaign hats at the dignified transfer. Do you think that's okay? And Trump says, I do think it's appropriate. I didn't see it, referring to, I guess he didn't see the email that he sent, but he says it is appropriate. Then he starts attacking the reporter at ABC and says, who are you with? Oh, you're ABC? Here, play this clip.
Is being criticized for using official White House photos of you at the dignified transfer, and the PAC is also promising access to secret.
Well, I was at the dignified transfer, unlike a lot of other people.
Okay, first off, I was at the dignified transfer, unlike a lot of other people. He is the commander-in-chief. He is part of the military. He is the highest-ranking member of the United States military. Governor Newsom is not part of the military. But that's something the an uneducated moron draft dodger wouldn't understand. That's why the president is expected to be there. The commanders are expected to be there to welcome their soldiers home when they come home in a fucking casket.
Email to send your critics are saying that you're fundraising.
I didn't see it. I mean, somebody puts it up. We have a lot of people working for us, but.
And when she asked, like, is it appropriate to be fundraising off this? Oh, just people working for us, you know. I got a lot of people out there scamming in my name.
There's nobody that's better to the military than me, and all you have to do is look at the election results, look at the kind of votes that we get, look at the.
Then he started bragging about the dumbass election results. What the fuck does that have to do with you fundraising off of dead American service members? That you got a lot of votes, so it's okay? Is that what we're saying?
There's nobody that's ever been higher as a president than me with the military.
With the military.
Who are you with?
ABC News.
One of the worst, most fake, most corrupt. You know what ABC News?
He's so angry that they're asking him real questions. You are not allowed to ask that man real questions.
I think it's maybe the most corrupt news organizations on the planet. I think they're terrible. Okay, I don't want any more from ABC.
I don't want any more from ABC. Dude, it's just so wild. I don't want any more from ABC. They hurt my feelings. Ask me about the dead soldiers I was profiting from. God, what a inform people that Obafemi powerbombed the shit out of Brock Lesnar. Yeah, you're probably right. It'll give you a chance to pull it out if it dies. It'll be a good way to test the waters. What I've been told is as long as you stop and take little breaks and add commentary, you're usually pretty good. Especially if they're just little like clips on Twitter. I might as well show it now. Dude, he spikes him. He held him up for a while, too. Yeah, that'll probably get me copyright struck. Alright, I'm going to jump over on UFology SWAT. There's some stuff I wanted to show over there that's kind of funny. A banner. I need, yeah, there's a few things I need to do. I need music, too. I need to get some music played. Like, especially during the intro. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to show real quick before we do that. So, what the Iranians are using to shut down the Strait of Hormuz, and this is why it's kind of silly. The Trump regime keeps rambling about they've destroyed their military. They don't even have a navy left. These are little drone boats. They just load up these little remote-controlled drone boats with explosives, and they ram them into the side of the ships. It has nothing to do with big, powerful navies. That's why we're kind of in trouble. It's asymmetrical warfare, and it's kind of what the North Vietnamese did with us. They just chipped away at us, and you can't really see it, but right here. There's the hole blown in this side, and that was from a little ram boat. They're drone boats. They're remote control, and you know they probably cost what $30,000 or something to make. They just load them with explosives, and it's it's the same concept as the drones that they're using. They're sending the Shahed drones cost like I think they said $30,000 to make, and the missiles we're using to try to knock them down, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It just doesn't compute, and that's why they're just kind of getting through on Tel Aviv right now. They're just letting them through because they had, at some point you're gonna have to eat some of them. It's actually pretty scary. I don't think the United States is going to take these ridiculous wars seriously until like we get a taste of it. Unfortunately, that seems to be the problem is we feel like we're untouchable, we'll never get hit. It's never going to happen to us. And I don't think that's really the case. I think the drone swarm that we went through was actually a test run. Cause dude, at one time they said that there was reason to believe it was China and Iran. Remember that when they were saying that during the drone swarm? All of a sudden they were saying they believed it was China and Iran. I think that it was. I think it was Iran and China doing some kind of test run. All right, I got some shorts I wanted to play. And the reason I wanted to play these is because they'll set up some of the stuff that I'm going to show on the King Milk Fart Crybaby archive. And here I'm not sure if I can bring this up bigger or what. I'm probably just going to have to keep it like that. It's kind of hard to get through them when they're like this. All right, let me look through and see which ones I wanted to show. Okay, this is the first one. We'll go ahead and just start playing them, and I'll talk about them as we go.
Again, I had been online for like a year and a half, and
What would your opinion be?
Again, I had been online for like a year and a half, and all this happened, and I told you this. So, when these people,
This is Chupacabra, and just some of the shit he says is funny. I don't know why.
went online and
I wanted to play it.
telling the world that I had an EBT card.
But I had an EBT card? Dude, I don't know why that scares him so much. The people know he has an EBT card? Tufa, I don't want you to go hungry, bro. If you need an EBT card, you should be able to go sign up for an EBT card, and nobody should give you shit about it, bro.
Telling the world that I was like a...
Also, I don't remember anybody ever mentioning a fucking EBT card. My friends, dude, a lot of my friends struggle too. Like, so that's just not something we do. It's like poverty shame. That's stuff they do. Like, we don't poverty shame anybody. But look what he says next.
Womanizer, all this crazy shit.
I was a womanizer. Whoever called this guy a womanizer? Did that ever happen?
I was like, how did they know that? Because I was embarrassed. I was really...
Wait. Did he say how did they know that? So maybe he was a womanizer with an EBT card.
That, you know what I mean? That to me is very private information.
That you're a womanizer? Dude, UFO SWAT's so good at the music. It's so silly sounding.
I'm old school, and I'm from the hood.
I'm from the hood. He said I'm from the hood. I'm old school, and I'm from the hood. God, dude.
So there's not a lot of...
I'll let y'all in on a secret. Nobody from the hood would ever say I'm from the hood.
shame in it, but like, I don't like doing my ratchet shit out online all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a personal thing, and it was embarrassing, and it was a struggle, and I had to do it because I had made this transition from...
Oh, so he's admitting he was on EBT. Well, Tufa, you shouldn't be ashamed to be on EBT, bro. That's what government programs are for. Now, the problem is you voted for a regime that it seems to be determined to strip all of us of our EBT. How do you feel about that? Hello. How are you doing? Alright, I'm going to keep rolling on these. There's quite a few. This one they caught Gabe sleeping, but... Ooh, let's see. Okay, that was... Alright, let's say this one.
What would your opinion be on the KMF harassment archive?
Okay, I'm gonna set this one up because I'm gonna go over the Red Panda Koala KMF Crybaby archive here in a little bit. Oh, that's cool. Are you am I one of your favorite accounts on Twitter? So I'm gonna set this one up. Uh, this is Grant Lavick. He is also rumored to be running the Bigfoot Diaries account. From everything I've heard, he also runs the Bigfoot Diaries thing, which I have no issue with this guy really. That's why it's interesting. He's not one of our friends. He's actually friends with Tufa and Panda and them, and him and Darren are hanging out here, and he straight up asked him.
Oh, I don't invest a whole lot of stock in it, to be honest. It's not something that I look at on a regular basis.
He asked him about the archive.
The
minute I find out
from the street is John Ramirez is now.
What would your opinion be on the KMF harassment archive?
Oh, I don't invest a whole lot of stock in it, to be honest. It's not something that I look at.
Did he say, oh, I invested a whole lot? I heard stalking or something.
On a regular basis. I think it's not a secret that Red operates that archive account.
It's not a secret the Red operates that archive account. Here, I'm going to play one more time.
The street is
What would your opinion be on the KMF harassment archive?
Oh, I don't invest a whole lot of stock in it, to be honest. It's not something that I look at on a regular basis. I think it's not a secret that Red operates that archive account.
So anyone ever doubting that account is Red Panda Koala, even his friends will say it's him. A lot of these guys, I don't think they really like those assholes. I think they're afraid of them. They don't want to cross them.
It's never bothered me.
It's never bothered me. Well, we're gonna go check it out here in a little bit, and we'll see who it is bothering.
I don't have any. Again, it's not something that's of active interest.
He seems kind of nervous talking about it, doesn't he?
To me, but others may find it worthy of their time or not worthy of the time.
What would your opinion be on that?
Others, yeah, about 1,500 up. Yeah, that's the last time I checked. 1,500 followers.
The minute I find out whether it's by mistake or by error.
From the street is John Ramirez is not backing down from his Discord comments.
Today's prank, I snuck dynamite into these knuckleheads' firewood.
Alright, let me see which other ones I wanted to check out. There was one with Heather I know I wanted to listen to that I found interesting. Every time I come on this account, I found new stuff that I find hilarious. So everybody go subscribe to Ufology SWAT. And yeah, you can. It's kind of a running archive of the last few years on this ridiculous ass community. And let's get. Okay, this one was funny.
You got something to fucking say it, cock. Let me just speak in a clear tone so I can distinguish your accent, find you and murder you tonight. How's that? Why don't you play a little game with me?
Okay, so this is apparently the only recording of Jiggy, and he came up in this face, and Somber was drinking, so he threatened him.
Called, hey, my life's in jeopardy. You want to fucking play, you little coward? You've met a demon tonight. Do you want to fucking play with me? I will
so
find
tough.
you and murder you.
I've met a demon,
just for kicks in front of your fucking children, you cowardice bitch. How would your wife like to watch you bleed out on the fucking kitchen counter, huh? You think she's gonna plug the wound? We'll find out on the next episode of Cowardice Bitches Talk Shit on Twitter. Fuck you. Get out of the queen, you courage, little coward. Get him out of here. Cancel his bitch ass like me. Whatever. Hey, Paul. Fuck him. Go back to your room. Grab a candlestick on the way.
Jiggy, dude. Did you hear Jiggy say, hey, Paul, I'm coming, Paul. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
About it, right? Tell Freud about it, you fucking piece of shit. I'll eat your liver.
At the Carlos.
Right while you're alive, and I'm gonna keep you alive. And I'm gonna sit across from you as I eat your fucking organs, and you look into my eyes, and I tell you to die, bitch. Right? Yeah. You don't know what a weirdo is. I'm gonna hunt your fucking brain. I hope your nightmare tonight with me in it, where I'm carving you into fucking pieces, is nice and sweet and cozy for you, little poor ass. Okay? Yeah, that's right. You're the coward that never met his match.
Stay calm, Paul. Hey, Paul, stay calm.
That's right. Don't worry. I'm gonna give you a lobotomy with you awake, and I'm gonna eat your liver while I'm fucking making tacos with your spleen. Okay? You cocksucking son of a bitch. Don't ever talk shit to me, or I'll kill you for fun. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I know, like, it's just Jiggy on there getting a rise out of all these dumb fucks, but you don't threaten to unalive someone over and over and over again. It doesn't really matter who it is. Yeah, Justy's in there. Look, Carlos up in that mess too, man. It's a chase space, and it's actually called, like, crash outs. So I guess the idea is to come in there and threaten to unalive everybody. I don't know, man. These fuckers have issues. Let's see. That's the one I just saw. I want to listen to the ones where Somber is talking about all the girls that have been running around creeping for Panda. Yeah, it's coming up. Here, let me check my notes. The Somber Shield. It's hard to find them when you have the screen shrunk. The bullies. Where's the Heather one, at least? There's one with Heather that's really funny, too. It's called TeeJay stalking Heather or something. Here we go.
He's just a nice guy, right?
Here we go.
He's a nice guy, everyone. Don't worry about Red. He's just a nice guy.
This is when Somber was all butthurt and upset at, the Tuba Crew hate group. And he started ranting just like UFO Shane does when he, gets mad at Logan and starts spilling the beans about him being involved in CP and stuff. Somber started, for a few days, he was dropping everything about Red Panda Koala. And then he just walked it back because Panda got him back in line. And, this was from those couple of days. And here we go.
Guy. Right. Where's Megan? Where's Megan, Red? Where's Megan?
What about her, Sombra?
So, Somber first said Red Panda Koala had Megan sneaking around, getting everyone's information and hacking people.
Megan, what does she have to say about you? Let's find out. Let's find out. Why don't we get it from the back channels and just post it right here? Fuck it anyways, right? Because you're a coward-ass bitch, right?
Okay, yeah.
You are, and I've got the proof. Ever fuck with me, Red? Try me.
Right.
Try me. You think
Well, can we see the proof, Somber? Why did you bury the proof? Why didn't you show us?
Hey, you think I'm playing?
Crash out harder,
Have you ever seen me play? Try me. Dude.
Crash out harder.
Try me, dude. It ain't a crash out. Try me.
You literally.
I'm being real with you, homie. Say one more fucking word, right? You think you're hard? You think you don't live in a glass house? You got your boys telling me I do? Try me. Who lives in a glass house, Red? You tell me right now. You better say yes, me. Try me, fool. Try me, fool.
Yeah,
say it. Who lives in a glass house, Red?
Try harder,
Who lives in a glass house, Red? Who lives in a glass house, Red? You want me to show you? Keep jacking your stupid ass mouth, bitch.
Take it easy, bro.
Your phone louder, bro.
Yeah, my phone. Huh? What's up with the louder, Dougie? What's up with Megan? You want to talk about it? Let's see, because I got you dead to rights before I brought your name up, homie. You want to see it right here live? Fuck you, dog.
And that's absolutely true. Red Panda Koala, he encourages these. Somber calls them in another clip murder she wrote bitches. And it's girls like Angela Magger, Jess Causes Problems, Megan apparently. I can name a bunch of them. And they're these girls that think they're like internet researchers and they want to get in with the Tupa Crew hate group, which is Panda and Tupa. So they will go and extort people. They will try to get dirt on people. And this is what's happened to me. This is why that girl crept on me and tried sextorting me with D-pics. Is because she thought she was, getting dirt on the enemies of Red Panda Koala. And that's organized harassment. It's simply organized harassment. It's everything he's accused other people of doing. He's encouraging others, these Twitter groupies, to go around and, infiltrate other members of the community.
Backstabbing ass fool. I caught you caught up, homie. And you fucked up with some chick. You had doing your dirty work, and I got all of it. So you should shut the fuck up when it.
So what happened is Somber crept in on Megan and talked to her and got the true story for her. And Panda got all scared for a little bit. And then Somber got right back in fucking line like the pathetic wanker he was. And nobody ever asked any more questions about it. But Somber has absolute proof that Panda is encouraging people to go around and harass and get secrets. He's built this massive database of information on everyone. And this is how he's done it. A lot of it was done through these girls. A lot of them, the girls I just mentioned. Justice.
Comes to my name, bitch.
I haven't even said shit about you.
Yeah.
I haven't said nothing about you. Well, it does, dude. I don't care. Logan uses that. Why are you coming at me? Because you're a fucking creep, and I don't want you around. That's why.
Yeah, you shouldn't either. Because I know, you know now, right? Cooked,
hey,
homie.
Let's get drunk
Cooked.
more, bro.
Got the records, homie. Got the records. Illegal wiretapping. This fool's a
You do need wiretapping.
bitch. Go put your furry outfit on and get fucked.
Furry outfit! Dude! Furry outfit! Oh, God, it's all true. Go put on your furry outfit and get effed in the A, bro. When it comes from the inside of the insiders, you know it's true. That's how, why I took it so seriously when Shane started ranting the CP allegations against Logan. These guys are all butt buddies, so they know. Just like I know, for the most part, what my friends are into. Somber knows, because, dude, he was crucial in the Rogers coin scam. He's part of the little scumbag gatekeeper crew. He's on the outer edge of it, but he's part of it.
Ass, bro.
I'm not a furry.
You're out here yakking your stupid ass
I'm not
mouth
a
like you got
furry.
something in you. Every girl you fucked with is ready to stab you on the back, fool.
And this is what was so frustrating about it. Somber acted like he was about to bury Panda with all these girls that were about to come out and talk about how he manipulated them into, just what I said, infiltrating other members of the community. And then it just fizzled away. Everything just fizzled away. Swept under the rug.
Everybody ratted you out.
Good for you.
Coward ass bitch
Yeah,
who couldn't do it straight up. Good luck,
Couldn't do
Red.
it straight
Good
up.
luck, Red. Hey, good luck, right?
Hey,
Couldn't.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah.
Hey, my odds better than yours, bro.
My op's better than yours. Did you hear what Panda said? My op's better than yours. That's probably the most important line. Panda thinks it's a game. He's always looked at this shit as a game. And I don't know, man. It's not a game when people are actually getting hurt. Oh, okay. Here, the Heather one's over here somewhere. I recognize that. Man, where is it? I even posted it once, and now I can't find it. Let's see what this one is.
Having a hard time understanding. Can you help me?
Trying to make this. I hope this doesn't come off like.
Having a hard time understanding. Can you help me?
Listen to him then, because he said it a bunch and he said it in my space. That's why he's frustrated.
I don't know if you think you're the conflict mediator here, but you're causing.
Nah, because he said all this in my space. That's why it's frustrating,
this is in your
bro.
space, bro. I'm asking him right now. You literally said earlier, this is your chance to ask him a question. Now I'm doing it, and you're gonna step on my fucking toes.
Mike disclosure. That you have a question. You have
Sombro, you're gonna step on my toes.
Not me. Not me.
Sombro, can I handle my own conversation, Sombro, without you fucking stepping on my feet? Thank you, Mr. Cooper.
Yes, sir. That was my space. I don't even remember that one, dude. Damn it, wish I could find that freaking short. Let me take one more look and then we'll go check out the archive. It just had a caption that said TeeJay stalking Heather Birdie or some shit. That's what I caught my eye. I swear it was over here. Here, I'm gonna blow it up to find it real quick. Tupa hitting the meth pipe at 9 in the nine a.m. Oh shit.
You're getting
Yeah,
played and
Tuba-
you're going to
Tuba,
get
say that
juiced
back
up
one
and
more
be the
time,
crash
bro.
test dummy while you're footing the bill. That's the fucking truth.
Okay.
Watch your ass with that motherfucker. He's not a guy that plays games, and if he says he's got you way before he ever said he got you.
God, Somber's a dumb fuck, dude. Why? How is Somber so in the middle of all this shit? Like, it's a little weird how he seems to be at the center of all of these scams. Like, he told me so many times he had nothing to do with Rogers Coin, really. Like, oh, it wouldn't have nothing to do with me. Dude, he was at the heart of all that shit. Oh, here's a good one.
You'll get all proper credit.
I'm telling you, bro. Let me put you on the Keemstar fucking thing, bro. Get your account making some money, dude.
The what?
And it feeds into each other. Once how to grift off.
You have to listen to it a couple times. So what Panda says is, let me put you on the Keemstar fucking thing, and if he likes you, we'll start making some money together.
Fucking X, basically.
I don't want to grift off X.
Listen.
You'll get all proper credit.
I'm telling you, bro. Let me put you on the Keemstar fucking thing, bro. Get your account making some money, dude.
The what?
And it feeds into each other. Once
if he's into each other, we'll
how to grift off fucking
fucking X.
Basically.
I don't want to grift off X.
Props to King Wakaka there. For, you know, being based and being like, fuck off, you little wanker. I don't want to grift off my internet friends. Even though, you know, I mean, I've had my problems with Wakaka, but yeah, props to Wakaka for being based there.
Yeah, you do.
I just need...
Look, yeah, you do. Did you hear him? He goes, yeah, you do.
I just need one of these rich CIA people just come through and drop a couple out. I'll be all right.
Yeah, it's Elon Musk.
One more.
You'll get all proper credit.
I'm telling you, bro. Let me put you on the Keemstar fucking thing, bro. Get your account making some money, dude.
The what?
And it feeds into each other.
What?
How to grift off fucking X, basically.
I don't want to grift off X.
Yeah, you do.
I just need...
Yeah, you do. You little nefarious bastard. Tell me who... It's just it's next level, dude. This idea that grifting is something to be proud of. UFO Shane has acted like, you know, I'm the best grifter on UFO Twitter and y'all should celebrate me. It's I don't know if it's people having different definitions for words. 'Cause like there is nothing cool or like no one should be proud about grifting. I don't understand that. but they seem to have a different look at what grifting is. Yeah, I can't find the Heather one for some reason. I wonder if I could search it. It's not titled. What's this? This is the latest shorts. Okay, I think I know where it is. If it's not here, we'll jump over to the archive. Oh, there's more here now. I'll find it. Send to your bestie, Reg. Q chill out space. It was Naga was, yeah, there's more here. Naga was hosting it for some reason. Dude, there's tons of them. Meth pipe getting to Darby Case lungs. Somber, Shield Rogers the most.
Really big on the like.
Or like obviously like football players driving left. Oh, what a bitch move.
God, I can't stand that guy's voice. It's so bad. Alright, where the hell is this? I'll recognize the host. Do not trust Charlie Weiser. Paid off account, community, and out right now, and Jolly, UFO groups, sites, or spaces. Just about. Oh man, why can't I find it? I didn't realize there were so many. There's way too many. I should have marked it. I think there is a way, isn't there, to bookmark videos? I'm gonna have to figure that out so they're easier to come back to. Here, I'm gonna search. Nah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. A playlist would be good, wouldn't it? I thought it was farther up here. It's funny. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, I found it. Sorry about that, y'all. This is the last one I wanted to play. This one's funny, and dude, it's the exact opposite of what really happened. It's funny to me. Here we go.
We used.
So this is Heather. Oh shit! What the heck? Motherfucker. It's Heather describing. It sounds like she got asked in spaces, like, were you friends with TeeJay? Like, why were you hanging out with TeeJay? And she had to explain it. And her explanation is nowhere near what really happened. Here it is. I don't know why.
We used to be just friends, right? We met in UFO Twitter spaces. We played Overwatch. Him, his sister, and we played Overwatch and.
So far, this is true. Okay. I was new to the community. I had been around maybe, I don't know, a month or two. And around in those days, everyone was like hanging out in full spank Logan spaces all night. And it was like me, Ocean, Heather, Tupa, Panda. I was friends with all these people. And the reason I started distancing myself is because of the grimy shit I was seeing. Logan beat up the girl, and I didn't want nothing to do with that. So I pushed, distanced myself. But this was before all that. And Heather was always talking about how, like, a big gamer she was. And my sister had just gotten me to play Overwatch with her because, those games are more fun to play when you have multiple people involved. And so I just figured I would ask Heather and if she wanted to play with us. And the idea was because I didn't really care for Overwatch. I like shooters, but it was kind of cartoony and goofy. And my idea was that Heather and my sister could start playing together. And, then I wouldn't have, because I don't really care for Overwatch. And she would have a new Overwatch friend to play with. But
shit, and he sucked, and his sister sucked. It's whatever.
She sucked, and his sister sucked, and it's whatever. Okay, Overwatch is a game full of like these cartoony characters, and they all have different guns and abilities. There's like 30, 40 characters, and we have like gaming parties. Like, we're not grinding. We're like getting high and passing the bong, and she had Price friends over sometimes. Like, we don't take gaming seriously like that. And we played with her a few times, but she only plays one character, and it's the character named Moira, who doesn't aim. You just hold the trigger, and your zapper just goes to the people. And it's like the base, like, dummy character, where everyone else that plays Overwatch, they learn lots of different characters. We were trying to just have fun and learn different characters. She, like, hard grinds just the one character. Her whole account was like 99.9% just the one character. And she was pretty good. I mean, Heather's a gamer. She's good. But she was immediately, like, talking shit. Like, I joined a space, and she was in there just saying we sucked and stuff. I had only played it for a month or two, and it was a game I didn't take seriously at all. So right away, it was like, well, this obviously ain't gonna be fun. And then what ended up happening was she started acting a little weird with my sister. Like, just kind of monitoring her and hate watching her, and it just was weird. So it didn't go well. But that was really the whole story. But here's her story.
And I talked shit to him one day when he was trying to talk shit to me about Skyfire News and Tupa and Red Panda Koala in front of a bunch of members of the hate group. So
okay, this is where it gets ridiculous. She talks about this imaginary meeting in front of a bunch of people of the hate group. When have there ever been spaces where it's a bunch of people in the hate group and they're outnumbering Heather Birdie? Has anyone ever encountered that in the past 3 to 4 years? I'm asking. Has anyone been in a space where you have a domination of hate groupers, whoever the fuck that is? What, me and KMF's never participate in space. Darren and Carlos barely participate in spaces. So I have no idea what she's talking about here. I never blew her. I would talk shit about Skyfire, but that was to the world. I never pressured her, and there was never any spaces where Heather Birdie was outnumbered by hate group members. Like, that story is so far beyond the truth. It's ridiculous. And what it actually was the exact opposite scenario. Heather and all of her friends, the real hate group, the Tupa crew, the ones that have dominated spaces for the last 3 years, everyone knows that. When was the last time KMF had a big space? Like, what are we talking about here? Well, what was happening is I was still trying to be cool with these people, Tupa, Heather, Ocean, and everyone, but they would hate on King Milkfart and those people. And when I wouldn't denounce KMF and these people, I was pushed out by the real hate group the entire time, which was the Tupa crew, Red Panda Koala, Heather as kind of their enforcer, little bully. I had a close friend at the time named Non-Cred, and she was sending him pages on why he shouldn't be friends with me. She's a bully, and she completely like switched the roles. Like, and listen to what she says here.
So I just like started trolling him and let him know that he was shit on the game. And then he tried to say that I was like stalking him and his sister on Overwatch.
So she started trolling me. Dude, have I ever been trolled on UFO Twitter? Nobody has ever trolled me. They all blocked me en masse and cried when I came around. No one's ever trolled me. Like, what are you talking about? And I'll admit right now I'm trash at Overwatch, and I'll laugh about it. Nobody cares about how good you are at Overwatch. The fact that she took it so seriously was what was weird.
And so I shared screenshots of him begging me to come play with him and his sister.
Okay, and what this was, what was happening is she would be, like I say, spectating, and my sister would DM me and be like, hey, can you, or she would text me and be like, hey, can you ask Heather if she just wants to play with me? That happened once or twice, and yeah, I did ask her to play with us. Why is that wrong? I thought we were friends. I'm not, and we played with you a few times, and then you ran around telling everyone we were trash. So who's the bully? Like, who is the hate group? I'm bad now because I invited you back to play with us? That's begging? Get the fuck out of here. No one was ever stalking anyone either. That's insane. She never stalked me or my sister. She just acted weird. She was just really spiteful and took it too seriously. Plus, another problem with playing with Heather is when she only plays with Moira, it makes it hard because you kind of have to play off that, and it doesn't leave you options. Like, we try to play with a lot of different characters, so you can switch roles and stuff. And when she only plays, healer Moira, which she played damage Moira, which was kind of awkward, it was tough for us to play with. It was a style we weren't really ready for. My sister was learning how to play a tank at that time, which Heather never even attempted to learn how to play tank. She only played Moira. So it was hard for her to learn how to play off this damage Moira. And that's all she can play. She just wasn't fun to play with, but I invited her to come play with us a couple times, mainly because she kept popping up on Spectator, and it was just like, well, are you lonely? Like, do you want to come play? What are you doing?
So it's like, it's like he didn't like any of that. But I still don't understand how all of that leads to him stalking me and pretending to be me online and just like.
Okay, and I'll explain this. The reason I made the parody of Heather is because she's such a bully in the community that I wanted to just let her know what it felt like to be, trolled a little bit. She's such a just bully. And also I was annoyed with Non-Cred was sending me all your DMs, Heather. Like, we were friends then. So when you were writing entire novels about why Non-Cred shouldn't be friends with me, he was sending them right over to me. So that also gave me good reason to say I'm going to go ahead and bug this girl a little bit. But it was a parody account. It was called Dark Heather. And it said right in the bio that it was a parody, and I would run around telling people how much I was in love with Benno. Like, that's what it was, a parody, just to fluster her.
Like, harassing my friends and talking shit and making vulgar posts towards different.
Can we see these vulgar posts? because all it was me saying, I'm so in love with Benny. Did you guys know me and Benny are together? Would you like to come to the wedding? Make sure you bring a good gift, giggles. That was that was the post. I love how they say things like these vulgar posts. Can you show me the vulgar post? Because everyone else thought it was hilarious. And when I quit doing it, people were DMing it, asking it where it went. Including some of your friends. So there was never any harassment. Another thing about the Heather parody is that if at any moment her or Benno would have DM'd me and been like, hey, this is upsetting Heather, I would have stopped. But that's not what they do. It's because it doesn't upset them. They enjoy the drama and the fighting back and forth. I mean, this is Red Panda Koala's little foot soldier. The guy bragging about being, teaching people to grift on Twitter. You think she's really hurt by the Heather parody? Come on. It was just a fucking way to try to cancel me. Everyone thought it was funny anyways, but yeah, I'm a content creator now, so no more Heather parodies. Alright, I'm gonna jump over on last thing I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about the archive a little bit. Just go over and see what's been happening. What's been happening lately on the KMF Crybaby archive. That's why I wanted to do the ufology SWAT one first. This is the account the Red Panda Koala uses to harass people and be away from it, so he doesn't have to take responsibility for real actions of the hate group. Let's see, what's that stupid shit called? Deja vu to you or whatever. Sometimes I can find it under KMF archive. I'll probably have to do someone in the chat mentioned Chase earlier. Yeah, he's really sick. His voice is bad. I don't know if it's my place to give his business, but he had a medical issue, and it caused issues with his vocal cords. That's why his voice sounded a little funny in that space. If you got a chance, go, give the guy some positive energy. He's really sick. Hopefully everything works out, though. We're hoping for Gabe. Good dude. It's at Gabe the Babe on X if you want to go follow him. So this is the King Milk Fart Harassment Archive. And why I think this is important is because this is when the UFO Twitter Civil War, people call it, really took off. It's when this bullshit went up. And basically what Red Panda Koala does is he's able to put all of his shit talking and trolling on this account. That way it's away from him, and he can be vile, he can be homophobic, he can take shots at people who don't deserve it, he can harass people, and he can deny it. But you saw in that ufology SWAT video, even his friends are willing to admit that's Red Panda Koala. And he uses this, like I said, to just take shots at everyone around the community. And look, this is supposed to be an archive warning everyone about harassment. And he has me blocked. So I can't come in here and defend myself against this stuff. Look what he's got here first, right off the back here. First post, he's taking a shot at Kimball. And I know you're probably asking, well, what the fuck does Kimball have to do with King Milkfart? Absolutely nothing. This account really hasn't documented any kind of activity from King Milkfart in well over a year, mainly because King Milkfart doesn't go around breaking any rules or doing anything. He's not even in Twitter Spaces, but the harassment account stays up here, and So, you know, something you friends of Panda could ask him, like, what? So you just use it to talk shit about everyone now? And Panda and Kimball had an issue at Contact in the Desert where, you know, they tried touching wieners or something, and they came back spreading rumors about each other, so they don't like each other. And here he is. Kimball Martinson owed multiple people money the entire time he was lying about Tupa's debt to scam more people. You can't make this shit up. He stiffed people on dinner at Contact in the Desert, owes a woman for a hotel room loan, and was getting money from multiple people in the community. Garbage human. So right out the bat, he's taking shots at Kimball. This is interesting. This Alex account makes nothing but anti-Lou Elizondo propaganda. I've wondered if this is Panda or one of the Tupa crew. It's been around for years. It only has like 590 followers, and it's one of the only ones Panda seems to repost on here. I think this is also a Panda sock. Panda's been bragging to people about running 30, 40 socks running around. Okay, and this is one of the main things he tries to do with me and my friends. This is, you know, once again, nothing to do with King Milkfart. There I am, popping up. And what he's doing. Look at that, I wear the exact same thing today. That's scary. He's taking something I've said during one of my videos, and he's trying to drive a wedge between me and Gabe. That's another big tactic you'll see the KMF archive uses, is they try to drive wedges between people in the community. And this is him trying to drive a wedge between me and Gabe. He wants Gabe to be like, dude, I saw you called me a fed. Blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the goal. He did give a source, though, which is interesting that he did actually this time give a link to the video. So I guess you get like a D- because you gave credit. You showed your work. What does he say? Oh, he's got a Carl post here. Looks like, oh, here's a post because they're happy the KMF got suspended for going hard on MAGA politicians. Here he's got Darren saying he hates Tupa, which, yeah, I don't blame you, Darren. He's definitely a pud wank. Here he is taking more shots at Darren. This is another one that's fucking ridiculous. So Darren is into barber. I guess he like trains as a barber and grooming and stuff, like beard stuff. And he says he's a grooming specialist. And Panda seems to think that has something to do with like grooming little kids, I guess, even though he's the one dressing up in furry outfits and getting cornholed by people like Kimball. But I guess that's beyond the point. Let's see. Oh, 3 years. The archive's been up for 3 years, and it's only got like 1,500 followers, even though Red Panda Koala has like 80,000. So what? Like only like 4% of his supporters follow the KMF archive? That's kind of weird. It almost sounds like most of them are bots. Look at this. Here's another example of him trying to drive a wedge. This time it's with me and Darren. He says TeeJay breaks up with Darren for going in Panda Cobra spaces. And what you'll notice is it plays. Oh, dude, look, he took 12 minutes from my space. And what you'll notice is if you look in that space that is showed there, Panda wasn't in there at all. So, and look
if
right
someone's
here,
spending that much time with these people and joining spaces with that in the title,
right there. If you look, this is me and my friends. You know, our little friend circle, people in the chat. There is no red panda koala in my space. So how did he get this recording? Well, that's because they're always logging my content, or they're in the anonymous section, just down there recording things, looking for anything they can harness and manipulate, twist, and use to try to drive wedges between friends. Me and Darren have been friends for going on 3-4 years now. We were having some disagreements, but luckily when Red Panda Koala did this, we realized who the real enemy was and we talked it out. So thanks, Panda. You were able to bring me and Darren back together, bro. I owe you one for that one. Let's see. KMF calls. Oh, this one's funny.
To record me at any time. I will sue your ass, and you will. I mean, I don't know how much money you have, but you will eventually have to hire an attorney. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what that. It says KMF calls RPK a pedo and orders TeeJay to remove him from the space. Why does TeeJay take orders like this? I'll go ahead and explain it real quick. The reason when KMF was like, dude, I don't want to be around this fucking pedo buttfuck, and I booted you, is because KMF doesn't come around very often, and he's my friend, and I like having him in my spaces. So when a friend says, I'm probably gonna leave if you don't get rid of this dumb fuck right here, the dumb fuck's probably gonna go. And as far as like KMF calling Panda a pedo, I don't know if I fully support that, but Red Panda Koala and Chupacabra did help Logan cover up his CP and pedo behaviors. So it is kind of a slippery slope, There's a thin line there somewhere, and I'm not gonna hold it against KMF for saying that. Not at all. TeeJay Felony crying about people posting his criminal record after years of him posting everyone's criminal record he could find. Well, Red Panda Koala, you guys didn't post my criminal record. You posted my juvenile record. That's a big difference. You guys were arrested when, you were adults for beating up girls, robbing Gap. I was arrested when I was 12 years old because I grew up in a troubled home life. And you guys had to break me down to size because I was gaining too much momentum and convincing too many people. So you had to get ahead of it. And you thought doxing a weed charge from when I was 12 years old was going to do it? Like, you're scum, bro. You're scum. And nobody cried about it. If I wanted to, I could have filed charges against you guys. I didn't. I warned you all that what you did was highly illegal and I moved on. You guys held spaces about it for days. So here is him saying that because I posted this mugshot of Chupacabra as an adult from when he robbed Gap, not robbed, he that stole, that I deserve to have my juvenile record exposed. Well, once again, Tupa was an adult, and this mugshot was floating around on Twitter before I even came here. I never exposed or doxed anyone. These images, the ones of Logan, this one of Tupa, the one of Jess, they were all on the internet before me. The one on Jess was circulated everywhere. It was because she had a big goofy smile on her face. One of those weird, those mugshot websites, goofy mugshot websites, one of them picked it up. It was all over Google. And you guys were adults. I was 12 years old. I have zero adult criminal record. But you guys went and grabbed my juvenile, which is so illegal. Whoever accessed that committed a felony. And you thought, like, the people would overlook the fact that I'm 12 years old and it would just be like, well, TeeJay's a criminal. You guys are just, you're nefarious, you're manipulative, and you're liars. It's all you do. So here it is, the same shit. Looks like Mike Disclosure back taking no accountability for his doxing and dossiers and acting like other people are the doxers. So what Panda's mad about here is the Mike Disclosure is posting one of my videos. He seems to be upset. To be fair, he's very young in this photo. I imagine he was boosting. If I had to guess, they were boosting. When you're boosting, you're stealing the clothes to resell. But I mean it's all speculatory. I have no dude. I don't care that Tupa stole shit from Gap and got caught. What always cracks me up is all the lies that the lengths they will go to hide the fact that when they were younger they made some dumb mistakes. Gabe the Babe thinking he was on the inside with Disclosure because Mike Disclosure took him under his wing, only to learn Mike Disclosure was kicked off Disclosure Tonight. Well, Mike Disclosure's back on Disclosure Tonight, so he got a hard on for Gabe when Gabe came into the community and really was giving Gabe a hard time. So this is him trying to drive wedges between Darren and Mike Disclosure now. You know, that it's one tactic they seem to use. It's one of the main tactics is to drive wedges. Nobody can have friends. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to break it down here. Look at this. Since being followed by Lou Elizondo, Gabe the Babe's behavior has become more insane or more stable. And this isn't, meant to be a real poll. This is just meant so his friends can come in and dump on a guy. And it's because Red Panda Koala is upset that Gabe got followed by Lou Elizondo. If you go look into Red Panda Koala's early YouTube career, it was all Lou Elizondo documentaries, and they weren't negative. He is butthurt that he never got attention from Lou Elizondo, and other people do. Here's another one going at Kimball. Crash Out Kimball gets drunk every other night and accuses them of supporting doxing. Well, Red Panda Koala, you and your friends doxed my juvenile record, which is probably one of the most egregious doxings that's happened on the app in our community. It's fully illegal. It's a felony. It's way more illegal than anything that happened to you guys. And you seem to think that was funny and that I was the problem, that I deserved that. Even though when you and your sister got doxed on Disclosure Tonight, I fully recognized that it wasn't right. When it happened to me, my juvenile probation records were put out. You thought it was hilarious, bro. You were part of the crew who did it. So Red Panda Koala saying you support doxing, it's true. You and your friends support doxing. It's obvious. I got doxed. You made fun of me for it. You support doxing. And I'm just crapping out on everyone. Lou Elizondo. I think there was like one more. Yeah. It's just this account needs to come down. If you don't recognize this as a harassment account, then yeah, you're nefarious. Who made the doxing and death threats against RPK and his sister the most about themselves this weekend? Look, he put non-cred on that shit. He got a lot of votes. Oh man, Ashton obsessed ward, dude. Biggest victim. Look at all this crying he's doing about him. The victim, him and his sister. I would say you did a lot more crying than I did, Panda. And you couldn't even do it for him. You had to go and do it on a sock. What? Let me ask you something, Panda. Why would Moran Lerner care this much about you getting doxxed and think it was funny that I got doxxed? Make it make sense. Here they are, crying more that he got doxxed. Breaking: TeeJay Felony and Gabe the Babe disavow Mike disclosure. Mike disclosure and Thomas Fessler following the doxing. So this is him speaking for me. Here's my post. Let me read my post and then you tell me if this matches with the caption. I said, if personal information from Red Panda Koala was shared during the Disclosure Tonight podcast, I don't support those actions. Everyone who has engaged in this petty bullshit has been doxxed in one way or another, and I don't support it either way. Was that me disavowing Mike disclosure? It didn't sound like it. Sounded like he twisted my words. If I was gonna steal clothes from a store in those days, it would have been Hollister. Alright, I'm gonna jump over and go over one more account. And this, well, we'll end it on this. I want to try to end it on something kind of light. Because, yeah, it's just nice to end on something fun. And this is Ryan Bledsoe. Okay, this is the son of Chris Bledsoe, author of God of UFO. This guy right here. That's his daddy. That's Chris Bledsoe. Chris Bledsoe is known to be capable of curing Crohn's disease and writes books about how all these orbs and everything we are seeing are angels and that we all need to get right with God. And Ryan Bledsoe seems to be going kind of nutty with this shit lately. And we'll just go over his account a little bit. We were talking about this in the game space. I found a few things in it that I thought were really funny. Alright, let's start doing the journey. This guy. Okay. So, he's posting a lot of orb videos. And who knows where these things come from, especially when it's a random account. Because, like, everything is possible with AI now. And, you know, we have low Earth satellites. He posts a lot of these, but it's his captions that start to get funny. When you see Iran and Israel exchange missiles, warn the people to be not afraid. We are coming to wake them up. He posts that quote all the time. And what these quotes, I believe, are from is when his daddy, Chris Bledsoe, has meetings with the woman in white. There is a being that is supposedly giving him or his dad. I don't know if Ryan gets visitations, but supposedly, you know, end times, revelations, all that stuff is happening. And Ryan Bledsoe is getting a little impatient, it appears. Look at this. Okay, so now they have his dad. They have a thing for Charlie Kirk, and the reason I wanted to point this one out is because it's a retweet of my friend Interstellar.
It started in 07.
Tell us your extraordinary story.
There's Charlie.
Glad to be on here, Charlie. Thank you for having me. And it would take a while to tell the whole thing because it's ongoing. But basically,
I actually kind of like Chris Bledsoe, and I am interested to see what he's capable of. I think his claims need to be put to the test, especially these claims of being able to cure these illnesses.
it started in 07 with a fishing trip with my son and 3 other guys, and turned out to be 4 hours of missing time and a whole lot more. In 2007, January the 8th, I had just come through. I was a home builder, building 100 homes a year. and the 911 Desert Storm thing wrecked our economy and caught me off guard with too many houses on the market. And I was pretty much down on my luck and at the bottom. I mean, I was really having a hard time. Lost my home, had 4 children at the time that were little, and having to struggle to even get them school lunches. And
Wow.
so I was out crying out to the heavens, help me. And suddenly these 3 large balls of fire. They look like the setting sun, that color when it.
Is there a Mrs. Bledsoe? It almost sounds like he was a single dad.
Look at it, it doesn't hurt your eyes. And I walked up on them, and next thing I know, I was hiding, scared to death at what I was seeing. And I had no clue when I walked back up to the campfire where they were fishing that 4 hours had passed. And for the longest time, I didn't know what had happened there. And I still have vague memories of what happened while I was away. But it followed me home and ended up starting to interact with my whole family, my wife and my kids.
Oh, okay. He said wife.
And to this day, it's been witnessed by hundreds of people with me. But
that's a good point. Suddenly I had a new idea for a book.
But it was I don't know the best way to tell what happened in those 4 hours other than I was sick. I had Crohn's disease and I was unable to work and I was crying out. And when they brought me back, I had no more Crohn's disease. It went away. But that started a whole lot of trouble because I'm born and raised in the Bible Belt, and I came home talking about, not being sick anymore. And then the whole community basically started telling me I was playing with the devil. And
oh, shit.
It's just been it's one more struggle from the very beginning of this thing. But it was a blessing
Demon
to me.
spawn.
The whole thing was a blessing, but it turned out to be really hard on my children, my wife, and my family.
How did he go from himself being cured during a visitation to being able to cure others?
So,
so just so I understand, according to your recollection, you're there, you cry out to God. There's 4 hours of missing time. Do you believe that you were transported up to a UFO? Is that correct?
Well, I don't really know.
And you see, look at Charlie's weird face. Why do you make that weird face?
What I saw were balls of fire. I really never saw a mechanical machine. It was just 3 large balls of fire. Actually, more than that. There were 3 that landed across the river in front of the whole group, and then 3 up at the road where I was missing time. But I think the balls of light took me. I really don't know. I know they looked for me for hours and couldn't find me. And we were down in the middle of nowhere, so there was nowhere for me to go. And but yeah, it was. They definitely took me somewhere.
And so, why do you think that these are aliens or whatever filler term and not spirits? What do you speculate them to be? Because you say then your Crohn's was solved. Is that right? It was healed afterwards. Is that okay?
Well, to give context, I've struggled with this for 17 years now. What is it that took me? All I can go back to is I was praying. I was calling on God, or whoever's up there. I was desperate. I had just come through a near-death experience, and I was unable to work, 45 years old, with 4 children, and sick, really sick. And I was crying out to something.
I mean, you can call You can call charlatan, you can say these things, but how do you explain his Crohn's disease being gone?
Whoever's up there to hear me.
What's up,
raised in a
Panda?
church, and so
That's why the Chris Bledsoe case is a little different, because there's actually, something tangible there. One day he's got Crohn's disease, and then he even said he was sick, and suddenly he's not sick anymore. How do you explain that? Crohn's disease doesn't go away. There's no cure for it to this day. I think it typically progresses the older you get. So for him to get fully better is completely atypical.
when it came, it took me and brought me back. It left me not knowing anything. I had no clue what happened other than my Crohn's was gone. And we saw these things. Everybody saw them. The whole group did. And we still do to this day. In fact, we study them with government officials, with military people, scientists.
I'm pretty sure doctors have made statements. Like doctors have given statements, and yeah, that shit is real. Like he really was able to get over his illness of Crohn's disease, which is the only reason that I've ever really focused on this case as being, a question.
And so on.
So after years of receiving mixed responses from people, you had another encounter on Easter of 2012.
The white woman. The white lady.
That was the turning point, the change in the direction of where we were heading. For the first 5 years, it was pretty much a curse, because when I would talk about it, well, the whole community just came down on me, and there were people trying to take my children away. They thought I was crazy. They were bringing holy water to the house and sprinkling me and my property and my children, and I'm crying. I'm saying, look,
So it wasn't even. It sounds like it wasn't even like CPS types coming at him. It was religious fanatics that thought he was, pushing the devil's word, I guess.
I was praying to God. I wasn't praying to the devil.
That's actually kind of funny.
I don't get it. I don't understand. So it turned into be a laughing stock at school for my children. They were coming home and crying, and so I got upset and decided that I'd never talk about it again. And when I did, the next experience was of this. All I can tell you, it was just the most beautiful lady I have ever seen. She came, and she came in the middle of the night, and she told me, she said, this is your burden. You have to tell this. And if you will, I'll help you. I'll bless you, and let you film us and let you share our presence with the world. And so help me. From that point forward, I started being able to share with others.
Wow.
And I have done so with the highest authorities. From
I'll have to
CIA
look into it and see what proof there is existing that he actually did cure his Crohn's illness. Because yeah, like you're talking about, there's levels that they test and monitor when they monitor Crohn's disease. And when he says cured, I mean like he ain't gotta take medicine anymore. Like that's cured to me, not that your numbers dropped. I mean, like, cured is you no longer have to take medicine, and it's not an issue anymore.
DIA to U.S. The Department of Defense.
He looks healthy.
Scientists from different colleges,
especially for that age.
It all happened after this beautiful lady came, and believe me, I was born and raised a Baptist, right? I had
beautiful lady came.
Some spiritual female would be. But I don't see them as aliens, Charlie. I don't see it that way. I see them as spirits, basically. It was a spiritual experience for me then, and it still is to this day. But what I can't put my thumb on it yet to tell you what it is we're dealing with. It's just going to take a lot more study. But I know how it reacts to me. I know what I.
So there's there's Chris Bledsoe, and honestly, I find Chris Bledsoe interesting. Ryan is kind of starting to make me side eye a little bit. This is where I thought the first thing I noticed. So he's got massive meteor spotted over Turkey. It's cool. Yeah, that's cool. He posted the same video down here. It's a little different. Um Actually, I think it was up here. Yeah, right here. Look. When you see Iran and Israel, it's warn the people to be not afraid, and it's the ball of fire. Right down here, he posts the same video, and then now it's a massive meteor because it was drama alert. That is the same video. See that building there? See this building? The bottom right. So it's like, did you not realize that's the same video? Which I thought that was kind of funny. But what I really wanted to show was some of these posts he makes. Look at this one. A good litmus test of truth tellers versus people with an agenda is will they or won't they even mention the Bledsoe case. It is completely illogical, crazy work to claim to be a professed expert or thought leader of a realm and choose. He keeps going on these rants about why won't they mention us? Why isn't anyone talking about us? When people are in the media circuit are discussing orbs, it's a little weird when they don't mention the Bledsoes. Like, that one really kind of weirded me out a little. Like, so anytime orbs are mentioned, they need to mention your family? You? Like, what does that even mean? And it just seemed really egotistical. Why won't they say our name? I actually kind of like Chris, and I'm worried that this guy is getting so annoying that he's gonna hurt their legacy. When people are in the media, he posts it over and over again. Now orbs are mainstream. It's been a beautiful journey. All orbs, orbs, orbs. Let's see. I want to hear him talk a little bit.
Line is like, as Satan masquerades as an angel of light. Do you test the spirits? Is it God?
As far as I know, Ryan has zero experiences. It's all just his dad, like his dad. Now his dad did say that they all saw the orbs during his main experience, but
First of all, let me just be clear that since 2007, in my dad's very original report to MUFON, which I still have, and I'm happy to send you if you'd like to read it for yourself, he says, basically whatever they are, I believe they were angelic. Even before they spoke to him, that he could recall, like in the missing 4 hours of time, he just from sight, just from seeing them, and then if you really know the story intimately, that night after the Cape Fear River, he goes to our house, and there's one in the backyard, and it speaks to him telepathically, and it says, "You don't understand. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you." He goes and he reports to MUFON 10 months later because this gnawing agony in his mind. I got to tell somebody. He says they were angelic. I believe they were angelic. Then, of course, the regression happens later, and his memories begin to come back of his experience, where they literally tell.
I hate memory regression.
That's why my podcast
I don't trust it at
with
all.
with a UFO in the middle, because the beings wear a triangle on their chest.
I feel like this idea of memory regression is basically a way that ufology has all these experiencers, you can add things to the story later on. You can go in and fill in blanks and add to it through memory transgression. Oh, I just now remembered this. Jason Sands uses it a lot. I think it's complete bullshit.
They told him they serve creation, that they work for God, and that they are like, the guardians of life, and that they bring us here and they created us and they nurture life and they take care of us. So he even before the lady came and all that, and it became more overtly, where she was giving Bible scriptures and stuff, it always had this feeling to us that this is not aliens, this is something divine. But we have always maintained that they are angels. And at some point, Dad has said, "Well, I don't know what they are," and he's playing this wonderful.
So
maybe you got to figure it out for yourself. But they.
This is interesting because it appears that Ryan is actually taking the step over his dad and being like, no, they're angels. And his dad's like, well, slow down. No, I'm just going to go ahead and tell people they're angels. And it's just weird because it's like, dude, this is your dad's life, your dad's story. Who are you? Like, I don't know if that's fair or not. He seems extremely religious. A lot of it is religious based, and I'm weary of that.
This conflict escalates, there's two timelines. That either we wake up on our own and it's happy and it's harmony and it's, we don't need intervention, or if it gets so bad that they get to the point of the nuke option, they're going to come down from the skies and they're going to stop it, which was confirmed to us by the Pentagon, by the way. Last year, my dad was in a private meeting in Oregon with Pentagon Colonel Carl Nell, who runs or ran, I don't know if he still does, but he ran the UAP task force. And
My
he was
dad
like, what do
did
they want, Chris?
this.
What do the beings want? Dad said, you gotta shape up. You're not gonna outsmart them. You're not gonna outplay them. If you want to interact with them negatively, you're going to get a negative response.
He's starting his career in ufology.
And it'll be an awakening, and you're not going to outsmart them. So shape up.
Following in Daddy's footprints.
We're very terrified of them, intervening. Dad gave them the prophecy of Israel and Iran, and he told my dad about this. So the Pentagon related that to what the lady told my dad, and they connect these things, and they have a very real fear and a very real belief that if they escalate this too far, that there's going to be supernatural intervention.
All right, y'all. So if Trump and Iran don't figure it out, the aliens are going to come down and settle it all for us. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to end this. I got one more video I did want to show y'all. I wanted to end on a funny note, so I saved it for the end. This clip kind of struck me because I grew up going to a weird Pentecostal church. My grandparents would make us go, and because religion was important to them, and it was talking in tongues, all the faith healing, all the weird shit. And eventually, my grandparents broke off because them and a large group within that church eventually got tired of all the weird bullshit, and they just wanted to have a somewhat normal church. So they broke off and created their own church. And I saw this clip. This is what you're going to start seeing more of if they don't get this Christian nationalism insanity under control. Here we go. Look, they got these little kids at this church talking in tongues. And, dude, the thing that bothered me the most about this fucking video is this little girl right here is so scared, bro. Like, I remember being this little girl. I remember watching uncles, or no, it was mostly older ladies and aunts, but I saw uncles do weird shit too. But I remember watching them talking in tongues and doing the whole act, just like the little girl here, and it scared the shit out of me. And yeah, just Look, look, this lady steps in and moves her out of the way. Like, look out, this one's feeling the spirit and getting wacky. Dude, it's so disturbing to me. Look at the little boy. Look. Look, he's got like his mom all like cramming the Holy Spirit into his forehead. This shit is so dangerous to me. There's a little kid that looks like the kid from Problem Child. Look, he's even got the bow tie in the background. Remember the little redhead from Problem Child? That's him. He's getting run around by the bow tie killer. That it's so creepy to me. It's just this kid right here is the star of the whole video. This little girl, probably the youngest person in the room, is the only one with any fucking common sense. How terrifying is that? Step back. Step back. She's really feeling the spirit. Dude, I can hear like the preacher yelling in the background. Oh, it's next level. This is traumatizing for little kids. I bet this traumatized that little girl. And speaking, like I said, from going through things like this, what happens is you see people in your family, like I said, aunts, behaving in this manner, and it changes the way you look at them. It's just bizarre. I saw things like faith healing. They even brought a snake handler in at one time. I've seen all this shit, and I felt like this crap was on the edge of being pushed out. But the MAGA regime has emboldened Christians, evangelicalism, and yeah. I'd say that girl acting like she's possessed more than anything. But I guess that's what you do when you like Jesus. Oh, praise the Lord. Yeah, it should be illegal. I mean, if I was the president of the United States, all those adults would be arrested for child neglect and endangerment for encouraging them to act mentally insane for Jesus. Just wild, man. Wild times we live in, people. Wild times. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end this stream. I really appreciate everyone checking it out and hanging out like always. I'm gonna try to do a show every weeknight. I might take like Wednesday off if I'm not feeling it. It'll be in between 9 and 10, be a live show. We'll talk about all the recent dumb shit going on in the world and on UFO Twitter. And everybody, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. If anyone wants support financially, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/TeeJay Felony, and you can also do it at code-fee.com/TeeJay Felony, but most people usually use Buy Me Coffee. You can support anonymously, just leave your name blank, but you gotta put your email address in, but nobody sees that. And yeah, I will see you all probably tomorrow night. Thanks for watching, and everyone be good to each other. Peace out.